Welcome back to another episode of the Almost Relocation Podcast with Julian and Ant. Today we talked a little bit about the Kings season, but mostly focused on the playoff picture and tonight and tomorrow's play-in games. Talked about each of our title favorites and pretty much just what we expect for the bigger picture of this year's playoffs. So the bright spots were Max, Neek, Dylan, and then Devin and Daquan were good. Were pretty good too.
Yeah. I also think Precious was a bright spot, but obviously he's on a shorter contract, and you could include Killian Hayes in there. I think like we've said before that Sabonis and Zach need to go at this point.
Yep.
It's not to say that they're not bad players. They just aren't going to fit what the team is going to be in the future. So there's really no point in continuing to move forward with them. I think you could move forward with somebody like DeMar, but does DeMar want to stay or does he want to go on a winning team?
Yeah,
It
I
really
think he's also. I'd say he's the most likely to probably get moved because
he's
of
the
the
most
$20
valuable
million
out of
dollar
them.
guarantee.
Well,
They could waive him and get back under the second apron and the luxury tax, which I think it's bad business to just cut him. But I think
I
that's
agree.
probably the most likely scenario.
Yeah, I mean they can't really cut Zach, but Zach yesterday said he might not even pick up his player option, which to be honest, I don't unless he
That's
wants to
full.
take 30 million less dollars somewhere else to play, he's gonna pick up the player option. So
Yeah.
I can't see him do that. He did say that he needs to figure out what's most important to him. He's made a lot of money, so like why not go chase a championship at this point? But like, does Zach Levine provide a championship team with the chance to actually win a
Yeah, he
championship?
doesn't. So it's really we're going to be stuck with him. But he'll injure his pinky again next year and not play.
Maybe, but if he does play, he's still a fun player to watch, and the team is so like yeah,
It'll be
he
easier
just
to
like
watch
the
next
ball
year
evaporates when it hits his
when
hands.
he's not taking minutes from the rookies and we're not actively rooting for us to lose every game for this lotto.
True. I think if we have like the lottery picks this year is really going to determine what happens. To be honest, because if we pick somebody like Darren Peterson, are you really going to let Zach Levine take all of his minutes in his rookie season? No.
Yeah.
But if you have somebody like
Caleb Wilson.
Boozer or Devonsa, he's not. They're not even in the same position. So you could play
Yep.
Zach Levine, you could play DeMar DeRozan. But if you have those players, you're not going to give them minutes. And I think another person we have to think about too, in terms of what happens if we draft like Devonsa or somebody that's a power forward, is what happens to DeAndre Hunter. Like we
Yep.
just traded for. There's no way we don't. We have to keep him after this season. I would assume. Like there's no way you trade Keon and then justify it by not re-signing DeAndre Henry. I know Keon wasn't even
Well,
going to
a
stay,
normal franchise.
but like Keon wasn't going to stay because Keon was being
No, he was unrestricted, and
treated terribly.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I I I think there's more to talk about the Kings once we know
Once
where
we
they're
get the
at.
lotto, we're gonna do so much draft coverage. So we'll definitely get into that in the next couple weeks. But in the meantime, the play-in starts tonight, which we're both super excited about.
Hmm.
And yeah, we can just jump into our playoff thoughts. And I guess we'll start with tonight's games.
Yeah, let me just make sure I know which games are tonight. I think they did it
Yeah,
weirdly. Like for some
I
reason, the 7-8 game in the West is playing tonight, but the 7-8 game isn't playing in the East. So you're
yeah
getting the
they
advantage
did the
of 9-10.
8-9 in the East, or sorry, 9-10 in the East, and the 7-8 in the West, which is strange.
I don't understand. I feel like you should be giving an advantage to the 7-8 team in the East
A
in
hundred
the
percent.
next game, but I guess they're not doing that.
It's
And
because it's the Sixers.
yeah, I guess. But if we could talk about the let's talk about the East game first.
Yeah.
I mean, the Heat haven't even been that bad this year. They
No,
just
they're just
haven't really been good. I think the East is just so deep. Like they have a 43-39 record. It's not like they're terrible. It's just the East is like genuinely like pretty good this year, pretty deep.
the East has
So
been really good this year,
so like
despite everybody thinking it was going to be really weak.
yeah, I
They've been
think they
better
just
than
have
the
a lot more
West,
depth
top to
of
bottom.
teams, and because they're playing against each other, because people thought they would be weak. I think because they are technically weaker at the top than the West, you get more of a even playing field across and
More
get
parity.
like you get better you get teams that are 10th with winning records. Like um I mean, but speaking on this game, the Hornets have been so good recently. They're
They
like
have since January.
I think
They've been
they're
incredible.
33 and 16 since January 1st. Like genuinely they're genuinely a good team and there's no real reason they shouldn't win this game, especially with it being at home. If they didn't, I do understand why because the Heat are great during the postseason, but it's a game that you'd expect the Hornets to go in and win, unless Bam drops 84 points this time.
Yeah, no, I feel pretty confident with Charlotte. Um, they just have too many weapons. Everybody on that team can
No,
drop 20 to 25.
your thing lagged out for a second. Okay, you're good now.
We're still good. All right.
Yeah.
I think it may just end up lagging a little bit, but I think it's still recording on.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, yeah, you're good. You're good.
Where did it cut out?
It cut out pretty much like 5 seconds after you started talking.
Oh, nice.
So you
Um,
should probably just repeat what you were going to
yeah, I think I definitely like Charlotte tonight. Miami has, outside of Davion and Bam, the rest of that lineup doesn't feel like they can defend Charlotte well enough.
say. Yeah. Um.
Like with
Yeah.
Colin and Brandon Miller, it feels like kind of a matchup advantage for them.
I feel like they're going to have to play Jaime Hawkes a decent amount in order to
Yep.
get around that, and then you really need Norman Powell to step it up in this game. You cannot have him take a seat back. You need him to play like the All Star that he is, and then you have Tyler Hero. I think the Heat. I don't even want to say that because I don't actually know if that's true. I was about to say I think the Heat have more talent, but I really just think they have more experience than the Hornets.
Yeah.
I don't think they have more talent at this point. I think the Hornets have more. I think they're pretty like, evenly matched on talent. I can't say either one is, but I just can't really see the Hornets the way they're playing them losing this game at home. You know, like
Yeah, and they're just two completely different play styles.
Yeah.
Like Miami wants to play a little bit slower, focus on defense, and Charlotte just going out there and having fun. Like they're playing street ball led by LaMelo.
Oh yeah. But they're playing street ball and they're seventh in net rating in the league.
Yeah,
So it works. Their offense is fourth. Their defense is decent. So Miami is very middle of the road. I think I looked yesterday and they were like 12th in both offense and defensive rating, and somehow that gets you 13th in net. You would think like it would equal 12th if they were 12th in both, but somebody's offense is just way better than their defense, I guess, or the other way around. But they're it'll be an interesting matchup. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be close. I don't think it'll be a blowout. I think it'll. I don't think I've checked what their records is against each other this year. I think the Hornets won the last game by 30, and then the Heat won the
oof.
first few games. The Heat won the first three games by a decent amount. So the the Hornets kind of have their number recently, but at least just off that one game, and that was
Charlotte's
a month
favored
ago.
by 6.
Yeah, I think they win that. I think they cover that. You want to move on to the West
Yeah,
game?
let's jump to the West. For me, I have no idea what's going to happen in this game.
Oh, me neither. But I think I predicted. Let me see who I predicted because I actually have no idea. I predicted the Suns. The Suns have been like I predicted the Suns to finish 14th because I genuinely thought they would be terrible
When
again this year.
that first game happened this year, I was 100% sure it was the worst two teams in the league.
Oh yeah, I,
The
I
Kings
was at
Suns
that
game
game.
was disgusting.
I was at that game. It was
Yeah.
I was watching, and I still remember some girl in front of me was asked her boyfriend was like, "It are the Kings any good this year?" And I was like, I responded, I was like, no,
No. Like I think
because
you
the
got
Suns had like
their
made a comeback on us, and she was a Suns fan. I was like, oh, maybe the Suns will be good. I was like, and me and my friends left the stadium like, wow, these two teams suck. Like
yeah.
these are the worst teams in the league by far. And then the Suns like kind of just started playing well. So
Yeah, they
and
figured
that's
it out a little bit after that and haven't been fantastic the last like month and a half. Kind of fell a little bit, but I think they definitely have more talent. Um, is Jeremy Grant out? Yes, right?
he's out.
I think so. He's questionable.
Let's see. Yeah, he's questionable. Uh, he might play, but I think they'll be fine without him. I mean, Matisse Thybulle's been really good recently, and Chris Murray
Kamara's
will just more. So
gonna play pretty much every minute.
Tumani
Yeah,
has to. Like, if you want to defend, if you want somebody to defend Devin Booker, really, you kind of
you
have to
have to
play
throw
some.
a length at him.
You do have Drew Holiday though. I think that's the other thing. Drew Holiday is a great defender. Scoot Henderson has been a better defender as well. So you will continue to get good defensive minutes out of your players on the court, and I think that will overpower. Actually, I don't. I think I might flip my predictions to the Blazers not talking about it because I
Yeah, I
think
feel
they're
like they
just
have
better
a solid
defensively
matchup.
and big man wise for the Suns. I don't think they have anybody who can really match up against Klingon.
Like Mark
Uh,
Williams is good, but the thing that Klingon's weak at is having a stretch big and being able to pull him out of the paint. And Mark
that's
Williams isn't able to do that.
yeah,
So you're just going to let Klingon sit in the paint and pretty much clock stuff up.
yeah. I
The
think I
game
think
changer for the Suns will be Gillespie, honestly.
true.
Outside of
He's been
a
great.
random Dylan Brooks 30 ball.
Dylan Brooks has been the reason they are the seventh seed,
Oh,
and that is
100%.
a crazy thing to say because he has become such a winning player recently. Um, even though he's not liked well around the league,
No.
and so people will
His
just
teams love him, though.
exactly people will
Yeah.
talk down on Dylan Brooks because people don't like Dylan Brooks, but Dylan Brooks is a great player. So the and you also have all NBA player in Devin Booker this year. So you really just have you have a plethora of players who can go and score and play defense. So I think it'll be interesting. I still kind of want to go with the Suns, but just because it's at home.
I think
But
the
yeah, see the
thing
play.
for me
It'll
is the
be
Suns are
really
just too
cool.
small. Sorry.
Wait, Damian Lillard could potentially play in the playoffs. Is that a serious
What?
statement? I don't know. They're saying that he got ruled out for the game, but like,
Well, yeah.
wouldn't that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, but like, why are they even mentioning that? Like, does that mean he could come back at some point? Like,
I don't
let's
think so.
hypothetically, it's never going to happen. They advance to the second round. Could he play?
That would be. They're
That'd be
listing
crazy.
it as Achilles tendon injury management, which
So
makes it
it's
feel like
not
he
torn ACL anymore.
might be healthy.
That's kind of what or torn Achilles. That's kind of what it sounds like.
Interesting. Okay, we'll keep an eye on
All right.
that. But we're going. I think we're both going Blazers.
Um,
Are you still flip
I,
flopping?
I posted that I would go with the Suns, so I'm gonna stick
Stick with
with the
that.
Suns. But
Okay.
I don't believe in them after actually talking about it.
All right. Let's go to tomorrow's.
Yeah,
We'll start with the West 9-10 Clippers.
the Warriors stink. The
They're so
Warriors,
bad.
stink. Like I don't even know if we need to talk about the game because the Warriors just like unless Curry drops 50, even if Curry drops 50, I don't think they can win. Like
Yeah,
Curry,
I
they
don't
said
either.
they're limiting his minutes too. Like they clearly don't even care about winning the game.
No,
Like
Kerr's been tanking.
they're trying to get into the lottery.
Yeah,
And I mean,
and
I
it's working.
respect it because they have absolutely no chance this year and they're not a good enough team. But if they got a top lottery pick, they could be back because, like, let's say they got Devonsta somehow. You've Curry, Devonsta, Porzingis, Draymond still on the team. Like, you have a solid team, and then their bench isn't even that bad. I mean, Pods, but Pods is really not that bad.
No, they honestly, even at 11, can get somebody that could help them a lot. So I understand it, but still nasty work. And
Like, I think
then
Phylon would be great for them, but
Phylon, the Han, I don't know how to say his name. The Washington
LeBaron
big.
Phylon or
No,
who?
the Washington big man.
Oh, Hannes
Yeah,
Steinbach.
I think
Oh
he'd
yeah,
work
Steinbach would
great
be
there.
great. But yeah, Steinbach would work. It would just be a little bit weird spacing on the floor with Porzingis, Draymond, and him on the floor at the same time if they
Yeah,
were to do that.
Porzingis doesn't play.
Yeah, I mean he goes in for like 3 minutes, comes out, goes back in for 3 minutes, comes out. So
Yep. All right. Yeah. So Clippers, Warriors aren't winning.
oh yeah, Clippers are winning. I mean Kawhi has been amazing, so the Clippers are winning. Right.
Sixers, Magic.
Fuck. You know that I want to pick the Sixers,
I
but
do.
I don't feel like I can pick the Sixers.
Yeah, with no
Um,
Embiid, but Orlando's also not good.
I think Orlando recently won like 9 out of the last 10, though.
And
I don't
then
know
fell into the
who.
play-in because they lost to the Celtics with no
Yeah,
proof.
that was crazy. They lost to Shireman and and Garza dropping
Yeah,
27 and 30. How do you let that happen on you?
they're by far my biggest disappointment this year.
Oh, easily. I had them on my 2 seed.
Yep, I think I had them at 3 earlier in the year.
Like I don't even understand. I know Franz was out for a while, but to still play at that level of just they were just bad. Like or not bad. They were just mid. They were just like eh. They were there. They gave Suggs so many minutes when Suggs has just been like I don't. I remember you sent me a post about somebody said something about Suggs. If Suggs' brain was in
Had the
a
brain of a
dog's
dog
body,
or
it would
something like
move.
that.
Like, like, oh my goodness. I mean, he does great passing, but he really does take that quote to heart. I would rather shoot 0 for 30 than not shoot at all.
Yeah,
Um, because,
he
but
lets it fly.
I do think it'll be tough for the Sixers to really win the game. Um, just because without Embiid, they've been bad. They have a below 500 record without Embiid. Um, you have to rely on Bona and Drummond to take over all those minutes, and that's really not something you want to do
Nope.
because you're replacing 37 minutes of work of like 40-point work a night from a dude who's like one of the greatest, probably the greatest big man shooter scorer ever. Like mid range
Yeah, you're losing a
threes
lot of creation, and then you're forcing Maxi to ISO for 38 minutes a night.
or playoff P.
That's true.
It's time for playoff P. I mean, not that that's. I mean, we're gonna see what Paul George we get tonight. I mean, he's been great recently, so maybe they could pull it out. I really want them to, but I just think with the players that the Magic have and they've kind of been good other than the Celtics game recently. I think they should win the game.
Yep.
But
And then, do you want to do the loser, like the second playing
so
game, or do we want to jump
yeah.
into the other playoff picture?
I mean, I guess we can just say I don't think we should.
The two teams that we think will make it.
Yeah, I think the Hornets make it.
Yeah, I'm going Orlando and Charlotte and Portland and Clippers.
I'm going Blazers or Suns to make it out. Blazers, Suns, and then Magic and Hornets are my
Okay.
teams that make playoffs. And then we can
Do we
talk
want to
about.
go down the list, or do we want to pick our favorite matchups and then go from there?
No, it's up to you. We can go down the list.
All right. So OKC's advancing. Do we feel confident in that?
Oh, oh, that was a question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then Spurs.
yeah.
We'll get it. We'll do a little bit more on the Spurs because we've both watched so much of them this year, and I
A
know
lot
you
of
have
Spurs
something you want
games.
to say.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to get into that now or?
Sure.
I mean, the Spurs personally. I mean, I don't want to be biased, but I do think they can make it to the finals. Um, I think them and the Nuggets are really the only chance to really beat the Thunder.
Yeah.
And uh, the thing about the Spurs that really is going to make the difference is if De'Aaron Fox actually plays like De'Aaron Fox
De'Aaron
and
Fox.
starts
Yeah.
taking over the games. I mean, he just cannot in the playoffs. He cannot take a back seat to Stephon Castle because that's just not going to work.
Yeah.
So
He's had a tough time this year trying to figure out where he fits in, and it's affected his efficiency a little bit because I think every time he's shooting, he's in his head.
yeah, I do think that he really hasn't shot that bad this year. I think he's
No.
he's still 33% or something like that. I think it's one of his better years of shooting actually in his career. So it's not like
Yeah.
he's
If you
done that
ask me,
poorly. I think the clips of him when he does do something poor get a little bit like exaggerated online just for like, oh, De'Aaron Fox stinks. We need to trade him because we have Harper and we have Stephon Castle. And yes,
Yep.
yes, both of those are good. Those players are good, but they're on like rookie contracts for the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
So why is that even a thought? Like I don't understand it because
It's just more
mm,
of with Fox getting that extension, it added extra pressure onto him that so far I he hasn't showed this year that he's worth a $50 million contract,
no, I agree with that. But
which
that's
I
also
think has been the main thing. But he's a good enough player for that contract.
yeah. I think the reason why it doesn't look like he's worth $50 million is because he's not trying to be a $50 million player. He's trying to be a $15 million player and pass it off to other people so that they
Yep.
can develop. I think they are so good that he doesn't have to do what he needs to do. And I think whenever Wemby goes out, you actually do see him start to take over. And there have been I honestly think his bag has gotten deeper this year. Every time I
His
watch him, he's crossing up somebody. Somebody's
Yeah.
like 5 feet away from him as
He
soon as
made
he does it.
Kawhi touch Earth.
Like, yeah, I know. He just bricked three,
Yep.
but like I think in the playoffs he's really gonna like show out. He needs to show out
Yeah.
because I'm tired of seeing stuff on.
Their path is tough.
Yeah,
They need him to be really good
yeah.
because first round they're going to be fine. But
Still be a hard matchup. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, no, Portland I think will be the tougher matchup. The
Yeah,
Suns, they'd run off the floor.
yes. I think if they have to run into Portland is decent enough to maybe win 1 or 2 games against them, but probably one.
Yep.
Um, I think Benny might score
But
40 in a
then,
game. That'd be fine. But
yeah, having to go through Denver and OKC makes it so much tougher.
hmm
Um, so yeah, we'll actually use that to pivot and talk about Denver, Minnesota, which
um,
I think is my favorite series.
I ooh, I think it's either my favorite or my second favorite because I really, really like that Hawks series.
That was what I was going to say is number two.
Um, I think, or if the Hornets make the playoffs, Pistons Hornets is by far my number one series,
Yeah,
just
that's
for
true.
pure entertainment purposes. I think Nuggets Timberwolves will be the best like basketball on the floor. Um, but the Nuggets. I saw something yesterday. The Nuggets are like actually kind of being slept on for being a title contender this year.
They won 13 in a row.
I think they've really improved, especially around the perimeter, 3 point shooting wise with who they have now.
Yep.
Players have developed into what they need. Aaron Gordon is a riser during the playoffs.
And they're the
Um,
healthiest they've been all year.
like they genuinely have a chance to win games, and I've never seen them not be in a game against OKC or the Spurs this year. At least when I've been watching,
Yeah.
they've
Well, they're
always been
three
close
and
games.
one against the Spurs.
Like they, and I mean they have Jokic,
He's
so
the only person in the league 1B can't guard.
like they're Embiid dropped 40 on him and has a 70 point game against him. So I would disagree with that.
Well,
But
this year.
yeah, yeah. Well, he dropped 40
That
on
was
him this year.
rookie 1B.
He dropped 40 on him this year.
Oh, that was this year?
Yeah, that was the last game. I think Wemby did maybe go out at some point in the game, but point still stands. Um, Jokic, just the way he shoots, like it's almost unguardable for somebody like Wemby because he's throwing it from back here and just skyrocketing.
Yeah.
The only other player
That
who like throws
fade
it that
from
high,
behind his head. But for me, the, the series is going to come down to probably Desumu. Like if
mm-hmm.
plays like he can and like how he did in stretches this year, it's going to be a really good series. But Ant needs help in this big time, and I don't think Julius Randle's enough.
I think the main player that I'd look that could change this series is Jaden McDaniels. I think
Yeah,
defensively, Jaden McDaniels is one of the best players in the league. But this year, he's also taking a huge step offensively, at least in my opinion. He's taking on a bigger role. He's, I think, I don't know if his shooting numbers are up, but he's definitely scoring more. So I would assume they are. I'm just going to look really quick.
and speaking of shooting numbers, we haven't talked about him yet. Jamal Murray's been incredible this year, shooting
Hmm.
44% from three on 7.5 attempts a game. His scoring output has been fantastic this year, and he carried a much bigger load with the 3 weeks Jokic was out and just filling in with guy after guy getting hurt.
Yeah, I mean, he he's been really good, and you know Jamal Murray in the playoffs, like he's going to show up.
Yep.
So it's again, it's going to be on somebody like Desumo, somebody like Jaden McDaniels to keep him to guard him the whole series. So and then you have
Yeah.
to have the other person we have not mentioned is Rudy Gobert, and I'm not gonna start this by shitting on Rudy Gobert because I do. Yeah, I don't think you can like sit there and be like, oh, Rudy Go. Yeah, Jaden McDaniels is shooting 41% from three this year. So
That's really impressive.
like that's great. So if he continues that into the playoffs, they definitely have a chance. Um, Rudy Gobert defensively needs to be the four-time DPOY DPOY that he's been voted as.
He needs to
Um,
be the Stifle Tower.
he has to be because he if Jokic drops 40 on them a night, and then you also have Jamal Murray dropping 30, like they're losing because you have
Yeah.
Strother, you have Gordon, you have Watson, you have Ron, you have all those people on the floor who can stretch the floor and score on you. So the Timberwolves, the only way they win is through defense and Anthony Edwards going crazy. So,
And the
but
big thing this year
that's
with Denver that they haven't had in the last couple of years is Val. And the Jokic minutes, that was always a massive, or the non Jokic minutes, was always a
not,
massive minus. Now Val can kind of fill in for 6 minutes at a time, and you're not losing too much.
no, he's been great for them this year. I'm pretty sure he's played almost every game
Yeah.
this year, so he's been really healthy. He played every game last year, um, and he's been just really good. I think another big factor in the series, Nas Reed, but the series is really intriguing. Like we're gonna have to see um, what what is gonna happen during it. I think the Nuggets win in six. That's my prediction.
I think I've kind of talked myself into Nuggets in five.
Okay,
Um,
I can see that.
Lakers Rockets.
If LeBron James wins the series, I don't want to hear anybody even mention Michael Jordan in the same sentence as LeBron James ever
Yeah,
again.
LeBron
That's
really
pretty much all I'm saying.
needs
I'm serious.
to average a 35% triple or a 35-point triple double,
And he's got to be shooting
and
70%.
Connect needs to have a Kaminga like playoff like he had last year. You know how Kaminga stepped up with everybody else getting hurt and dropping 30. They need
Yeah, I think
Connect to save them.
they need Laravia to do the same thing too. They're gonna need huge play from all those people, and they're gonna have Aiden catch the ball. Um, he cannot have bricks on his hands against Shingun because Shingun as a defender has actually been solid, but Şengün as a defender should not be dominating DeAndre Ayton down low.
No.
Um, so that is where they're going to have to go into the post and do stuff like that. They're going to have to the the Rockets are too big for them to really attack the paint. They're going to have to be shooters.
Yeah.
Amen
Because
Thompson is going to be
on LeBron,
um,
they'll be switching him and probably Bari.
probably Amen is just has been so good this year. So
Yeah, he's been
um,
fantastic.
and then you have the problem with Kevin Durant. I just don't see how the Lakers win.
Yeah, I don't either. If they
I'd
get
go
one game, I'll be surprised. If they win two, it'll be maybe the most impressive thing LeBron's ever done.
if they get four, it is.
Yeah,
But I'm going Rockets in five
five.
because I think LeBron wins one of them.
Yep, I completely agree.
All right.
All right, let's jump over to the
Uh,
East.
yep.
Were we saying Pistons Hornets?
I think we are. I think we are. I don't really want to talk about the series until we get it because I think it's a
Yep.
waste of time. Because like Maxi could drop 50 and then
Yeah, nobody
the
knows.
Sixers are in. Like Paulo can have one of those games where he drops 35 on like 80% shooting out of nowhere. So um, I think for the Pistons have been very consistent, and even without Kate Cunningham, they were still really good.
Yep,
Um, they've essentially been the one seed all year,
the
and
entire year.
they have one of the best defenders in the NCAA and or
Uh huh.
NBA in Asar Thompson. Um,
Duran's
so,
been absolutely fantastic.
oh yeah, Duran I think is All NBA easily.
Yep,
I think he needs to be a consensus All NBA pick, and I think you can even put him second team this year. But I'd probably put him third
I think we
personally.
had
But
him third when we did it.
yeah, I think I'd put him third. Um, and then you got Cade, you got Dennis, you have Tobias,
Beef stew.
who Tobias has been terrible in the play, historically terrible in the playoffs. So he needs to not be terrible. Or they just bench him because they have a deep bench, so they'd be fine.
And you have Kevin
But
Herter.
yeah, I mean, they're gonna be they're gonna be good. I don't see them losing to whoever they
Yep.
play. Um, I don't know if they make it all the way to the
Yeah,
championship,
Charlotte
but
would give him a series. Miami will not.
yeah, they'd run Miami out the floor.
So we'll just jump to the 4-5. Cleveland, Toronto, to me, is kind of a snooze fest. I don't really wanting. I don't see myself wanting to watch that series that much.
Hold on, let me look at this. Toronto, Cleveland. You don't like
Yeah,
that series?
I think Toronto's awful.
You think they're awful?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them at all.
That's fair. I think they're a little bit better than probably what you think, and I think the series will be decent. But I do think the Cavs win it. I think Toronto, Scotty Barnes has been really, really good this year.
He's been
Uh,
great.
he's been a great defender too. Like I think he makes an all defensive team. But um, yeah, I don't know if Quickly's playing. If Quickly plays, they're way better. But they kind of just play a lot of ISO ball with RJ Barrett and Brandon Ingram, and I don't think that's going to work in the playoffs. We've never seen that work in the playoffs. But I do think they could potentially be okay. Um, I think they might win 1, 2 games. And then the Cavs have James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Mobley, Jarrett Allen. Like, oh my goodness. I'm going to
Keon
watch it.
Ellis,
And Jalen Tyson has been great too. And they
Jalen
have Sam
Tyson's
Merrill and
fantastic.
extras. Like, oh my goodness.
Um, yeah, pretty much. I agree with all. I could see Toronto still getting one. Um, I just think that they are going to struggle with. Honestly, I think Jared Allen's going to be a massive problem on the glass.
The size is going to be a problem.
Yeah,
I could see him getting swept just simply because of Mobley and Jared Allen are out there like almost the whole game, and then you replace him with Thomas Bryant, and I just don't see a way that they really do anything against those players, especially because who are their bigs? Mamu and Podol
total
right
who
now.
can't move.
Like they really, I don't know what they're gonna do against the Cavs. I mean, I don't know what they're even how they're even gonna defend the perimeter.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
so
it's
yeah,
a tough matchup. I still can't believe they got the 5 seed. I completely thought they were locked in the play-in, and that last day they snuck back up there.
oh yeah, I have no idea how they got up that high, but I don't
But
know. I don't know. And I guess the Hawks wanted to drop lower, which I guess we can move into that series now
yep,
because the Hawks tanked that last game so that they could drop to the six
yeah,
because
yeah. We
they could
got
have
Knicks
won.
Hawks in the 3-6, and
So
I really don't know what to expect from the Knicks.
um, I don't either. I think I saw the main reason I wanted to pull up those ESPN predictions for the playoffs is because they all predicted the Knicks to win. Nobody predicted the Hawks, which is kind of crazy to me. Um,
The Hawks are 20-6 since the All Star break. They've been on a tear.
oh no, they've been amazing. They've I personally, is this the right article? No. Um, I see no reason they can't be competing against them. I think the Hawks have been great. I think the Knicks realistically should win the series because the Knicks have more playoff experience and are pretty deep, especially across their starting lineup. Their starting lineup all has great players. I mean, OG's going to be great. Cat is going to be good. Brunson's going to be good. Josh Hart's going to be good. Like you just have players there that are just going to be good. But the Hawks, with the emergence of NAW, who should win Most Improved Player,
Yep.
and Jalen Johnson as well, I think you're gonna have a really good series. And
CJ's been really good for them too. They've
I would
just
like to say
been
it goes seven because the
yeah,
Knicks chemistry wise haven't been like a great team working together. And I think that's the main thing that people are going to notice in a couple of the games. And I think that's why the Hawks will be able to win three of them. They could even win four. I wouldn't be surprised if they advance to the next round.
yeah. They're the one underdog that if I had to choose, it would be them. Like it's the only
Mhm.
upset that I realistically see happening this playoffs.
I agree with that
And by
100%.
upset, I think the Rockets are the favorite and the Lakers are not, even though they're the 4 seed.
Actually, I think the six seeds are both good teams. So I think
Yep.
both of those could be upsets. I just the teams they're playing are good, so it's just kind of hard to pick against the Knicks um, and the Nuggets. I think it's really hard to pick against them. So I would go Knicks in seven. Um, but I think that's about it.
I'm going Hawks in 7, I think.
Hawks in seven.
Yep.
I like that. I do like that. I'm going safe on mine. If I go what I want, I would go Hawks in seven, even six, because screw it.
Yeah. I, now that you
I just,
brought that up, I don't think Hawks win in 7. If it goes to 7, it goes to the Knicks. I'd feel more confident in the Hawks in 6. The experience in
yeah,
Game
I could
7
see I
would
could see the Hawks coming out winning the first two games. The Knicks locking in goes 2-1, 2-2. Then the Hawk no 2-1. Then the Hawks win another at home, so it's 3-1. Then it goes back to New
New
York
York.
3-2. and then it goes back to Atlanta 4-2. I think that is their path. That's the
Yeah.
only way they win. So I guess we're gonna see. I think the Knicks. I still think the Knicks win in 7, but it'll be a good series.
No, I
I think
completely
the
agree.
only team we haven't talked about is the Celtics.
Yes, they're advancing.
So,
Yeah, they're not losing to Orlando.
or the Sixers, unless
Embiid
unless
that could make it a series.
yeah, because it's always a series when they play. It's just I don't I don't think the Sixers have ever beat the Celtics in the playoffs this recently. Um, I think the Celtics kind of have been like their kryptonite in the playoffs in a sense.
And
Uh,
they're such a deep team.
they're so good. They're so good. I mean, and they have they should not have him, but they have him. They have Nemi,
Yep.
and he is one of the better centers in the league now. And he's been like just because of the players he's around, he's not talked about as much. But he's really been a reason why they
He
are
plays his
where they
role
are.
fantastic.
Like without him, I don't think they are definitely not the 2 seed without him.
No.
So,
And they have Big Vooch backing him up now.
hmm so
They're too
the,
deep at
they can make a deep
every.
run. And honestly, at this point in the season, I think they're my favorite in the East because
Yeah.
Tatum is back. Tatum is healthy. You have Jalen
And
Brown.
he's
Like
looked fantastic.
they have no excuse not to make the finals. To be honest, to me,
Yeah, this is their best team.
yeah,
And in a season where everybody thought they were going to be terrible. They're like, oh no, Boston's going to tank this year. They're the 2 seed and probably the third highest odds in the league to win.
yeah. I before the season started, I think I was still I didn't think they would be terrible, but I didn't think they would be firmly in the playoffs, let alone the 2 seed.
Yeah,
But um I guess I also don't think anybody expected Tatum to really come back. But I
I didn't
think
either. Yeah,
because they were so good, Tatum was like, screw it, I'm gonna go play. So
yeah, it
Tatum went
was
and
worth
played.
it for him.
Now they have potential to win, and I don't think they beat the top 3 teams in the West. I don't think they do, but I think they can genuinely make the the finals, and I think that my prediction for Eastern Conference finals would be at the moment Cavs Celtics
Celtics.
because that's going to be 2-4, right? Or am I tripping?
Yes.
No,
No, you're
yeah,
right. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm very mixed on that Pistons Cavs series.
I
I
just
think
think
it's
the
really
Pistons
interesting.
another year. I think they need playoff experience. I think next year they'd easily be the favorites. But I just don't know if I can pick them this year to really win. And not against the Cavs are just the Cavs I thought would be the best team
Yeah,
in the East. So I just can't really see. Same with the Knicks though. I think I had the Knicks at 1, but the Knicks the Knicks just don't look like they play really as a team, and they don't. I don't know. I don't know about that one, and I don't think they beat the Celtics because they're healthy. I think that's the only reason I really had the Knicks at 1 is because the Celtics aren't healthy. So, but now that they are, they I think they win. And the Pistons, I think still need another year. I think I wouldn't be surprised if they make it though. Would not be surprised.
yeah. I don't think I'm ready to bet on them yet. And Cleveland has so much talent that I think they're going to be able to weather games where where Donovan Mitchell has a rough game, where Harden has a rough game. They have enough guys where somebody can step up, and Asar can't guard everybody. I mean, he's close, but he can't take away everything.
He
And
could.
they have enough options that they can make it really tough for them to defend it.
Like, I really want to see the Hornets Pistons series, though. I think going back
Oh,
to that, I think I really want to see it just because I want to see 10 players get suspended by game
that
three
fight
because
again.
they're all
Oh yeah,
fighting, and then we have a bunch of G League players playing against each other in games 4 and 5. So, um, I think that's my rooting interest.
that is something that's fantastic. Is teams hate each other again?
Hmm.
Like there was a solid 5 to 10 year stretch where there just wasn't that many rivalries. We have some legit rivalries right now.
Yeah, I
These
mean,
guys don't like each other.
you even have like bad teams that are rivals with each other. We're rivals with the Warriors again because the
That game was
Warriors,
ugly.
the Warriors tried to fucking get us fined for tanking. There were
Draymond
people
tried.
there were people the on ESPN genuinely asking if the Kings should get their pick taken away for tanking. We are that's how you know they've never watched a game in their life or
Listen,
this season for the Kings
have
because
you watched
this
what
team
other teams are doing? Have you
this team has
seen
been
Memphis?
so annoying.
Like
We
for you
should
and
we
the
should be the
Jazz,
ones. If we were tanking, we'd be the one easily. We
we
we are
were.
the only team. We are the only team that's bad enough to be the one.
And then we went 9-16 after the All Star break when we had a
Because we
three
weren't
and a half
tanking.
game cushion at the one seed in the lotto.
Yeah, but somehow we were tanking. I don't even know. But it doesn't really matter. We're the 4 or the 5 now. We split the odds, so um,
Yeah, so
we're like
either
four and
way,
a half.
we have the same odds as the Jazz, but it would be great
Yeah,
if we could get the four to not fall.
yeah. I think if yeah, um, shit, we better win the lottery. But yeah, the tanking is another story. I hate Adam Silver for what he's trying to do. I think
He's
it's a
everything that he's done in the last 5 years has been horrible.
I think he has just terrible ideas of what tanking is, and he thinks that because the one year we do it and don't even tank, we're just bad. The
Yes,
league just blows up about it.
the
But the
interesting.
Jazz and the Memphis Grizzlies can sit
The Grizzlies are
16
the worst
players.
thing I've ever seen.
The Grizzlies can sit 16 players, play a bunch of people, and nobody even knows who they are, and then go out there and they drop 40.
Yeah,
I
they
mean, I
have
mean, I know who Ryan Rupert is, but like
like
he goes out there and drops 30 on a random night, and then they bench him. Didn't they bench him the next day? I don't know if they did.
um they the things they did the Jazz game. Um, Whitehead had a good start, and then they pulled him and didn't let him play the rest of the game. Meanwhile, Meshack had a quadruple double, playing 48 minutes, and was minus 46.
Dude, Mbang had a triple double. Conchar had a triple double. Um, like they were just playing basketball out there. Like
Yeah,
I can't even say hooping. They were just playing basketball. But
it was not hooping.
no. But that was the I think 3 triple doubles in the same game.
And two of them were off the bench.
Like they're off the bench because the starters were doing too good. So
Yeah,
and then they can't put back in the starters. The Jazz tank this year has been egregious,
yeah,
and
it's the
I
Jazz
think
and the Wizards' fault. You trade for all
they're
stars and then shut them down so you can keep tanking and get a better pick. That's the problem. You're trading away good young players for an all star that you're not going to play until next year.
and the other issue is that we cannot have the Wizards, Pacers, or Jazz win the lottery because that is going to be a problem for the league.
They're
It
all
needs to be.
set for next year anyway.
It has to be the Kings. It has to be the Nets or the Grizzlies. It has to
I
be.
could live with the Bulls too.
that'd be fine. But it cannot be those bottom three teams because the the Wizards, the Wizards, if they get like any of the top three, even four, and they're guaranteed a top five right now. So if
Yep.
they get one of those, like they're gonna be a top three team in the East,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
I don't know.
Trey. I mean, yeah, that we
Ray
talked about it the
Buck,
other day. That roster's loaded.
Sawyer, Davis, like holy shit.
And the Pacers will get Hallie back if he ever
Good
beats
luck.
Shingles. But yeah, no, the lottery is going to be really important just for the future of the league, not even just for us.
Yeah, but I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, I'm excited for these playoffs, but yeah, that's about it.